In today's society, more and more opinions about the correct way of parenting continue to flood stores, often overwhelming new parents. So our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, says she has dumbed it right down and she's got a, I think, surefire formula to help our children grow, develop fit bodies, fit minds and full hearts, the 3 Fs we're going to call them. So talk us through this. It's a crazy world. There are messages coming from every section of society on how we need to parent. Is this really it? Is it this simple?
Well, sometimes I think we've got to get away from this trying to go for perfection and the A standard of parenting, because so often it's
An
unattainable.
F is fine. An F grade
I think
is
today
fine.
let's talk about, let's go for Fs, it's fun. Just to have simplify and just have a little bit more fun with this and be a little, how should we say, a little more general. So if we get these 3 things right, we're actually putting our children in a position of strength. So if they've got fit bodies, if they've got a fit mind, and if they've got a full heart, they can't be unhappy. And they should be healthy, and they should be wealthy up here. These
are incredible pillars to build and grow around. I absolutely loved it. Let's start with often what can be the most difficult, building a fit body. It's not just as simple as getting your child out there and being active, but you want them to embrace it themselves and enjoy being fit in that process.
That's right. And Graham, today there's a lot of sedentary behavior. We sit a lot more because of technology, and sitting is now called the new smoking.
Wow.
And it doesn't just apply to adults anymore, it applies to our children too. And if we want our children to grow up with a strong body, with a body that is well coordinated, with a visual system that's strong, because there's lots of different focal depths at which children are operating, we need to make sure they move. Not just that, but oxygenation to the brain. If you want your child's brain to operate optimally, they need to have oxygen flooding the system, and they get that with movement. Plus, it makes you happy.
I was going to say endorphins, and make no mistake, that's a tool that you use later in life. You use fitness and getting out there, going for a run to de-stress for that very reason. And all of those injuries I've gotten playing as a child have taught me about my body as well. So we've got the body taken care of, and you say now a fit mind. Now, a fit mind isn't just a result of a fit body, but you've got to actually exercise the mind.
That's right. So the brain is actually like a muscle. We need to take it out. We need to make it play. We need to make it move. And you make it move and exercise by giving it stuff to work with. And one of the simplest ways to exercise the brain is to teach it to read. It's the most miraculous thing. The first time your child comes home with their first book in grade 1, it is full of one word, 16 pages, and it goes like this: look. Look, look, and your child is so proud, and you are so unbelievably like popping out of your chest proud, and they're reading. It's a miracle, and it is a miracle. It just shows the brilliance of the human brain, that we can take these abstract things and turn them into this language. So make sure you are a good role model for reading. Make sure you have books around the house. Make sure you actually take children to bookstores to develop this love of
It's also
books
the imagination
and
that gets grown when they don't get to see it straight off the bat and get that instant gratification where the mind's eye gets to stretch and expand because of what you're reading.
Therein lies the exercise and the work. Because when children read, they have to connect the dots themselves. When they're watching on a screen, somebody else is giving them that imagery, and then they don't have to create it for themselves. And it is the most incredible thing to be able to use the theatre of the mind.
Oh, I love that. Certainly in our industry as well, worth noting. Now, I think you mentioned the term role model there. When it comes to emotions and questions of the heart, that's when you've got to set an example. You can tell someone to love, tell someone how to be, but you've got to learn from experience, surely the most when it comes to our heart.
That's right. So there's a couple of things here for me. I think children need to see us experiencing joy. And I think there's a distinct lack of joy in the world today. And so teaching children to experience joy in what they do, and very importantly, to experience a sense of satisfaction, of a full emotional cup. Feeling satisfied because I put in effort and I got a return. And that's important. And while technology can be fantastic, we also need to make sure our children know how to actually do this stuff in the real world to feel a sense of physical multi-sensory satisfaction.
I love that. And the beautiful part is you can actually go out there and have fun to teach them this life lesson. I see a lot of youngsters hanging around golf courses now just watching their fathers truly have fun. Now, it's all about looking for that deeper connection, and you have an opportunity now to grow and develop with your child and set the best example possible.